reach out because a lot of programs, may not necessarily know what they don't have.
How would you recommend someone break into a sports analytics role? Or, as I've also experienced, it is a tough field to crack into. Do you have any best tips? Do you have to have played college football like yourself, or are there other avenues into getting in?
So I think, my role is probably not the path that a lot of people are going to take. And so what I would say is I deal with a lot of students, working at a college, that makes sense, right? So I have interns that I work with. I have a lot of students who reach out to me on Twitter and other social media. And my advice is always to just reach out, because a lot of programs, may not necessarily know what they don't have, which is sad. I would hope that there are programs out there that are like, man, we could really use some person or team that's dedicated to, analytics or sports science or data science or whatever your, term is that you're going to use. But I don't think that's that common yet. And so, I've had students that I've told, hey, just reach out to coaches, and they've had success and have written back like, hey, now I'm going to be able to start doing work with, there's a student who was at Maryland that was like, hey, what do you suggest? And I said, just, if you are working with lacrosse data already, you've built something, send that to your coach, say, this is something that I've actually built and I've done, and I think it would be beneficial. So I think that's not just reaching out, because that's good, but then having something that you can show to say, this is, I think it would be important. Again, kind of like what I was saying that I did with Coach Mendenhall. I had a specific, I think that this is something that I could do that would be beneficial. And then, having an opportunity to do it. Also putting work out in the public domain, I think, is another really good way. I know a little bit about people that have gotten jobs in the NFL or NBA, but it seems like there's a really good percentage, I don't have a exact number, but of people who have just said, I'm going to work on publicly available data. I'm going to build models or visualizations or tools and put them out publicly. And then teams can see that and say, man, I really like what that person is doing. Let's, find a way to either interview them or hire them in a consulting role or, whatever it turns out to be. But, just working on publicly available data, putting it out for people to see, and then just the, kind of tried and true, cold call or whatever it is, email, reaching out to people that are making those decisions. Because it's a tricky field, and a lot of times it's not, hey, we have this opening, apply for it, and then we'll see what happens. You have to kind of go in and say, hey, I can do this for your team. You should create a position. And at times that can definitely be scary. And so if that's too scary, then just put your stuff out there publicly so that it can be seen. It helps as you're, working through your different skills and stuff, but also can help just get data and what you're doing out there for people to see.